So, last episode... Today's just one of those days.
It's a rainy day.
It's a dark and stormy night. No. So, last episode, we started off with Medea found an owlbear snuggle beast on their pillow. Mira and Bonnie snuggled each other, while Kawu stayed up all night, and Eira and Yanni had a heartfelt chat before bed. But during the night, Rudius, the small second moon of Xandria, flashed to a full moon shining bright red light into the night, in which Yanni experienced a nightmare, a memory of war, and did not get much rest throughout the rest of the night. Eira discovered Bonnie spent the night in Mira's room. Mira was decently clothed, though. No funny business there. And Medea made friends with the inn's kitchen staff and used half of her bag of rice to make copious amounts of rice snacks. Medea afterwards went to collect Kawu, who had notes scattered everywhere in their room. Mira and Yanni had rock day. The town thoroughly enjoyed this novel workout routine, which helped them tidy up after the festival. A small glimpse was caught of Irvin blushing while staring at an oblivious Galceriad while they ate breakfast together. The party then went to the Temple of the Luxon to speak to Urshu. The priests were all in a frantic state, looking through records and artifacts to the full moon and the jewel that had replaced the Emerald Eye. Of note was a carved relief from a piece of temple wall dated around shortly the Calamity. There are 4 figures, a human with a round shield and a spear, flanked by 2 winged women. The 4th is illegible from years of damage and erosion. Medea used the Identify spell once Urshu provided them with a pearl. The party learned that what they had was the Jewel of the 3 Prayers, and that it's currently in its dormant state, but bestowed with Sehanine the Moonweaver's divine magic. The jewel is a vestige of divergence, powerful items given to champions of the gods. Joras was forever changed by the Calamity that the group learned, and Eira contacted their patron Zalakas. It was a somber but tender meeting. Zalakas confirmed that she and a diva of Sahanine, Parrot G. I apparently inserted an R there last episode. Instead of Paragri, it's Parag. Of note, and I made that corrections in cast side as well. And then, let's see, I missed my place. Yep. Zalakas and Parag was a party of Elixians. Parag went to, I want to keep saying Parag. Parag went to Elixian and presumably was the last to see him alive. Zalakas has not seen her since. Emotions of the past overcame Zalakas and their connection was broken. But not before learning Elixian had prayed to Avandra at Betrayer's Rise, and the battle was won because of it. Urshu mentions academics are currently at Bazzoxan, and the task hand would know more about it. Party walked over to the outpost to speak with Dearth, and they saw 2 notices pinned to the board while they waited in line. Varen, the task hand of Bazzoxan, is offering to pay more soldiers more pay, and civilian militia to lead escorts into Betrayer's Rise. And a second notice about a red substance found on weapons causing a rash. And that is where we left off, with the group standing in line waiting to speak with the task hand.
Do we really have to wait in line? Aren't they waiting for us? Aren't we the ones most appropriate to help them on this venture to this location that we just happen to also already want to go to?
You're not wrong, but I think it would be unbecoming if we were to use our position in this town to skip all of these formalities that they have in place.
Mira's literally debating, like going like, festival winners, move aside, festival winners here, everyone, but like...
Yanni is just gonna place one hand on your shoulder and squeeze gently, and Shiminyani says, Mira, just be patient.
I know that patience is a virtue, but it's not one of the ones that my god particularly requests, so I simply... But you're right, and you're right, like, to the 2 of you. So I will let cooler heads win out, and we will wait.
After what seems to be like an uncomfortable amount of waiting, it was probably only like maybe 5-10 minutes more.
Forever.
But you know, like that sense of like when you, I know like I can't perceive time, so it's like, you know, 5 minutes can feel like, I don't know, an hour, or an hour can feel like 5 minutes. I don't, you know, so
Time
you know,
is an illusion.
Yeah, time is an illusion. But eventually, you know, the groups of various town folk and soldiers that have been kind of coming and going clear out, and you're brought forth to an office. A small goblin woman with like a clerical board and stuff like that, you know, kind of it's like, oh yes, the task hand, well, we'll see you now, and she'll kind of like bring you in. And it's a, you know, square room. There's not really much to it. You know, wood walls. It's got, you know, maybe a landscape painting on one side that's, you know, a generic landscape of the area, and, you know, a simple wooden desk, and an older drow gentleman in you know, the chitinous armor of the Aurora Watch with a red sash going across his torso to denote that he's a task hand. And, you know, he's just got like a bunch of papers just kind of like all strewn about, and kind of like as he's going through his work, and he looks up and he's like, ah, yes, been expecting you, and just as you were waiting, Urshu managed to skip the line and talk to him about said winning.
Mira. It's like someone skipped a line. This
So
is Durith, right, Miriam?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he kind of like rummages around, and it's like, here's the purse for the 100 gold for the festival. Kind of like
Thank
offers it.
I will be doling this out, but I will receive it first, because I know there are some in our party who don't care for money, and I'm gonna try and make sure. Even if those in our party, Medea, don't, you know, want gold, I'm gonna try and make sure they get something of value equivalency, that sort of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
because I know not everyone values money, but Mira knows money means stuff. Like,
Gold can be exchanged for goods and services.
gasp.
While Mira is prattling on about the money, Shimanyani will do a military salute that is traditional to the Aurora's Watch. I was supposed to, between last game and this game, think of something. And I forgot to think of something. But I think it's something just like a hand, like a closed fist, like over the chest kind of tension kind of thing. And Shimanyani then proceeds to greet task hand Durith Miriam formally in a way that is very military. Great job, Jay. Great improv.
You know, in the military way, the way that they do in the military.
Yeah. There's kind of like, does a take, it's like, oh, you served, and he kind of like stands up, and he like, you know, responds in kind, and you are? I don't recognize you.
Shimanyani Isentara. I served in the war with the name is here. 1 second. I served under Dusk Captain Kwana Kreen. I was a cartographer.
Wait, the same Icentras of maps.
Yes. It's
Oh.
Shimnyani gets like a little bashful, and she says, "Yes, that is my family."
Those are excellent maps, and he kind of like redoes, the salute and kind of like, with a bit more finesse and I guess maybe like additional flourish of that would respect kind of things. Your maps are very, very useful compared to another gentleman's that we're often forced to supply. What can I do for you today?
We are here about the ad on the.
Oh, you want to go to the Bazozan for? Yeah,
yes, that.
And he kind of like ruffles through, and he's like, "Where's?" Yeah, there's Varen wrote. Oh, and he kind of like squints at the paper. The allegiance of all sight and something of the cobalt blue. I assume it's the library of the cobalt blue. His writing's kind of hard to make out.
The Cobalt Soul Library?
Yes. He kind of like, he's like, yeah, that's it. Yes. The man doesn't really have the luxury to take his time with his penmanship, so it's kind of a guessing game sometimes what he's asking for. But yeah, he's got a contract out for civilians as well. I know some of my patrol units left this morning.
We would be happy to join on this expedition to ensure everybody's safe arrival. As you can see, Shimanyani is more than capable of protecting other people, and Mira here as well.
I do believe we also come highly recommended as the festival winners, so we are actually capable of many, many sorts of tasks and can be called upon to do all sorts of services for the right price.
Yeah, I will definitely draft up a letter for you to give to Varen that you've been accepted, for this assignment, at least pre-approved. But Mira, right? I have something. Bonnie left this morning, but she left a little package for you, and she'll hand Mira a small parcel, and it is a note that kind of doubles as wrapping paper for a small bronze brooch of a beetle. And the note reads, "I had a lovely time. Wear this and the watch will aid you as one of our own." And there's no magical value or anything. It's just, a beetle brooch.
Yeah.
Is it a symbol that Yanni would recognize?
Yeah, Yanni, having, military experience, soldiers out of uniform out and about will often still have like this beetle brooch. That's kind of like a signifier for those that are, kind of like on their side.
Mm-hmm.
I totally find where it is flashiest to put it, like wherever like I immediately start looking for where it looks best on me.
Ada looks over at Mita at the mention of this is a gift from Bonnie and just kind of raises an eyebrow and smirks at Mita.
What? Obviously,
I see
a new friend.
Your sleepover went well.
Of course it did. They always do.
Will Bonnie be joining us then?
Bonnie has her own work to do, her own adventures to go on, but of course.
Dirth will
Sorry, go ahead.
Speak up. It's like, oh yeah, Bonnie and it's part of Meryl's unit, and they left this morning as well. So they're probably, a good headway on towards Bazzoxan.
Oh, so we're headed in the same direction then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll probably end up seeing her there, or on the road.
Just a little bit of lucky happenstance. It seems that's fine.
And
Oh, I'm sure. And Bonnie heading over there had nothing to do with your interest in being there, did it, Mira?
Bonnie is her own person with her own things to do, and if we just so happen to end up in the same locations and get to spend some more quality time together, then that's fine.
Just was, I will safely assume that you folks won't need a map for the area. You well provided for. I can offer a map, but I imagine it won't be as good.
I have my own, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah,
I gotta go over to Yanni and start nudging this guy's a real fan. Oh, is there a Yanni fan club somewhere?
What? No, not at all. No, I hope not. So what are our next steps for this escort mission?
You just have to get yourselves to Bazzoxan, which is not the easiest of tasks. It's not the most serene roads.
Okay.
Yeah, Yanni would definitely know.
Yanni's like, meh, I've done this before. That's fine.
They're just the quickest and I guess safest way to Bazzoxan is definitely stay on roads. Don't go tracking off too far off the main road, and you want to head south on the Emerald Loop, and then halfway you can stop and resupply at the caravan stop, and then eastward onto the Hallowed Path and into the barbed fields. But again, make sure you stay on the roads. Our patrols have a hard enough time as it is, and they've been patrolling these for years. So, and yeah, Yanni would
as this guy is giving us directions, Yanni already knows everything that he's saying, and so their face is just yeah, okay, I know this. Yep, okay. They're not saying anything to be polite to this other task hand, but their face, they're not very good at hiding their facial expression, and it's very much yeah, I know.
Can I ask,
I think
since sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just gonna say, since it seems to be known, at least to Yanni, this person's being vague about what they're just saying, don't step off the paths. Is it landscape? Is it the floor is literally lava? Is it you will immediately be swallowed by monsters? Is it you know what I mean? What?
It's just dangerous.
Yeah, the area is generally loosely, broadly known that it still suffers the effects of the calamity. So there's a lot of various megafauna, demons, just very harsh climate and terrain. So it's, if you trek off the beaten path, you're probably gonna have a bad time.
See, I know that Yanni knows this, but I don't know, Mira does some adventuring, but mostly has been focused on the waters and the seas and stuff like that. So when Yanni says it's just dangerous, Mira's okay, but what kind of danger, Yanni? We deal with lots of kinds of danger. I need you to paint me a word picture. Am I going to be eaten? Am I going to be, am I going to be bombarded with something? Is someone going to, assault my senses with some sort of annoying noises?
Mira,
What?
Mira, let's try all of the above. There are bandits, there are giant plants that will attack you. There's things that swoop out of the sky. It's just, trust me on this. It is dangerous. We are going to stay on the road. No one is going to wander. And only if we do that, I think we can get this group there in one piece.
All right, fine. But once everyone's safe, maybe a little bit of danger, maybe a little bit of adventure. Some of it sounds a little exciting, what you described.
There is going to be danger and adventure on the road. That's how dangerous it is.
I will say, Ushru, sorry, I mean, Dearth. Since we already know the way there, and all we need to do is just get ourselves to the destination, do you know the nearest stables where we might be able to purchase some horses in order to help us get there a little bit faster? I imagine that we don't really want to be making this journey on foot.
Yeah, and Yanni would know that, you know, depending on how waylaid you might get, or, you know, how quick, the journey takes about like a week to up to 2 weeks, depending on how the journey takes. So it's
Like on foot or?
on foot.
Okay.
Me, the player, forgot that horses exist.
Oh my god, Jay!
I was like, we're gonna walk there. It'll be fine.
We're gonna walk to a different country, no worries. Like, or to a different city.
Country is still Jorhas.
There's
Horses.
We can ride animals, Jay. We can do that.
Yeah, we have a variety of mounts in the stables that, you know, if you want to just take them from, you know, here to the next outpost, you can use ours. It's fine. You know, just leave them with Varen in the stables there, and then, you know, the watch can take them back when they need them.
That is very generous offer of you. Thank you. We'll make sure that your horses are taken care of.
Thanks. And then,
Well, is there any other information we should know before we head out?
I guess just be careful and good luck.
Thank you. Where can we find these scholars that we are to escort?
They're already in Bazozan. So Varen will know more once you get there.
Perfect.
And he says, he'll kind of like stand up and that's everything. And it's just, again, good luck.
As we leave, Yanni will do the salute one last time, and in their native language, we'll thank him.
Dirth will respond in kind to the salute, and then I guess you head to the stables.
Yeah, let's go pick some horses.
I imagine that Ada knows quite a bit about horses. I, as a person, do not, so please don't ask me questions. I will make stuff up. But I feel like Ada, as a character, being from a royal family, probably like has been taught to horse ride and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So when we get to the stables, I want Ada to pick out like the 3 like hardiest looking horses possible, because Yanni mentioned that it's going to be quite dangerous, and so I want to make sure that the horses we have are going to be able to like survive this journey. Not ones that aren't easily
We don't want
spooked.
any dweeb horses.
No dweebs.
No dweeb horses allowed.
No horses that like spook easily or anything, you know.
I'm imagining walking up and down the stables, going boo to each horse to see how it responds. Like
That is
conjuring up
such
some
a
magic.
bad-
to
so
see
mean.
I've got minor illusion. Oh, actually, okay, you joke, but this is actually a great idea.
right?
Ada walks in, puts on their blindfold, and casts minor illusion to put like a little snake in front of each of these horses and sees which ones like spook the least. I imagine they all probably get scared a little bit, but which ones are able to like control their
Keep
fear.
their cool.
Yeah.
Do we have to roll to see how
Roll
many
a
of the
saving
horses
throw
bust
for the
out of their
horses.
stalls? Like, I feel like you're gonna cause a
Roll.
mini stampede. Like,
Roll an intelligence saving throw for these horses.
Roll animal handling.
Oh my god, I don't have any modifiers in that.
I do.
Oh my god, I got a nat 20!
Yes!
Oh my god!
You are like expertly like able to, you know, put into like effect this test for these horses without, you know, any damage or mishap or escaped horses. The stable hands are kind of like really confused.
Like, walks in, just like, hold on, watch this. And I'm like,
Hold my beer.
yeah. This is a really important part of the game. Which horses? May, are you ready to give these horses some names? 'Cause you know
I
we're gonna
think I'm like I'm about
ask.
to. Yep.
And how many horses are we getting? Are we getting one for each person, or are we 5 horses?
Yeah, I assume 5 horses, one for each person.
Yeah, the stable
Do we have
hands
a
are
little
like
pony. A little pony for Kawu. A miniature horse.
They have smaller leg span. Yeah, the stable hands are like a little like worried at first, and then like fascinated by this, and you know their worry kind of like subsides, you know, once you know you realize you actually have this well under control. And yeah, you're able to find 5 horses. The horses in general seem to do actually fairly well than you would expect. These being the, you know, from the watch that get used regularly, you know, they're used to the journey at least. So, you know, they still spook to some degree, but you know, they're able to kind of hold their own. And you're able to find 5 that hold their own the most.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I was going to Google like big horses because Yanni's 6'3".
Oh, you want
And so,
Clydesdale?
like, and I was yeah, and so I was trying to think of like I was trying to remember the breed name for like the really big horses. But this picture showed up. And you have to see it. Just a giant edited muscular horse.
I hated seeing that. Why did you put that in my brain?
I don't know. I had to see it, so you had to see it. Anyways, I have a Clydesdale horse.
You have 1 muscular Clydesdale.
No! It's a normal one. It looks like his name would be Dormph. My stomach hurts me.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, imagine the rest of you are able to get regular sized horses. They don't really have any like Shetland ponies or anything for Kawu, just because they're not practical in the area for the wastes. And yeah, they get you all kind of like geared up. Make sure, you know, got your saddlebags and all the tack and stuff, and some rations for the horses, and the stable will kind of like handle. This will last you about half the way. Again, you'll be able to restock up at the caravan supply stop, and Yanni would know it's a fairly established rest stop.
It's right off exit 50.
Oh my god.
I know Hamna and Jess would know. It's like an en route. on the 401.
Oh my god, not the 401.
We've got to.
The 401 truly is dangerous, you know. That's
True.
There's a
lone
whole like
Burger King.
Jess, you were saying?
I was just gonna say, like, there's like reality TV shows where they do like ice road truckers and stuff like that, and large portions of it are on the 401. Like, it's dangerous.
Oh.
So I think if we have our
So-
horses, we head out.
What are our horses' names, May?
Okay.
I was gonna before we head out. While May thinks of horse names,
Yeah,
did we
give her time.
give her a second? Did we want to ask about there was a healer that got mentioned that knew something about the red powder that was making people sick? Did we want to ask about that before we
Oh.
left?
Talia Silverthorn.
Talia Silverthorn.
Yeah. Did we want to just like ask quickly before we head out about that?
Go for it. Yeah, if Mito wants to take the lead on asking.
I trust your decisions. You seem more than adequately capable to pick appropriate
Horses.
steeds for the party. I can mount just about anything, so I am fine with whatever you choose, and I will proceed to go look for the healer.
I think I am learning a little bit more about you than I needed to, Mita. But yes, please.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go look for. I know there was specifically. We had been warned about people who were getting rashes. There's some sort of red powder. There was a notice on the board with the job poster that, in addition to like the jobs, there was like notice like if you see this red powder, don't touch it or wear gloves or something like that. So I just wanted to ask quickly because there's a medic in town that specializes in that. So Mira goes off. Mira is not the most capable, but does a little bit healing. Can do a little bit of healing. Not as cool as Medea, but as Medea is currently indisposed, busy with rice and other such important things.
Yeah, I imagine like, they're just like out and about, and they would definitely kind of like be with you in general when you went to go off to the healer. Because I imagine that's an area that they would have interest in hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Need one more name. All right, horsey names. So the Clydesdale Horace, as requested.
Yeah.
And
I
then
told May I wouldn't make her think of 5 horse names without supplying one. So my horse is named Horace because it sounds like horse.
And then the other 4, you have Lily, Willow, Fitz, Applesauce, and Castle.
I feel like Kawu would take applesauce.
That does feel correct.
Wait, you can nix 1 because Horace, that makes 6.
I want
Also, he said
Willow.
if they're too big and like if Kawu doesn't want his own horse, he could always like ride along with one of us.
We can ask Evan
Like,
when
I'm
he
skilled in-
arrives.
Yeah, we could ask. That's true. Yeah.
Or maybe we
I wasn't
do a
just-
horse for all of our stuff.
I
Like a
imagine
pack
you would have
mule horse.
I imagine
Oh,
you'd
that's
have a
smart,
pack
yeah.
horse. Yeah.
A pack horse. Yeah, that's smart. That's true.
Cool. So
Lily,
we got
Willow,
6.
applesauce.
Fitz, Castle, and Horace.
These are great horse names, by the way.
I call Willow.
Sounds good.
Who takes applesauce? Was that you, Mira?
I feel like Kawu would take applesauce. It's just such a cute name. Like,
It's in the food theme from the Turtles, so yes, I agree.
Yeah, with like the cabbages and everything like that. I just really feel like Kawu would love applesauce. I feel like
Which one are
applesauce
you
has like one of
taking,
those
Mira?
cute little like. Mira's not picky. Like Mira's not picky. In fact, if you hadn't picked mounts, Mira was like, "I'll figure something out." Like, Mira's not just like Mira's making jokes, but Mira is also actually good at mounts.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
And I have proficiencies in mounting and vehicles. So riding
You could probably
of
get
any
Bonnie to vouch
style.
for that.
Anyways, so
That's why you're the big spoon.
I
The
need you
bean
all to
spoon.
know that Yanni can ride a horse because of their military training. They can ride a horse, but I need to emphasize how awkward they look on a horse. Like I think they're just really awkward on a horse because they prefer to walk.
Yeah, so we got
Perfect.
Lily, Fitz, and Castle.
Yes. Yeah, I'll let Medea choose, and I'll take whoever's left. Pick who seems appropriate. See who seems like more like they'd be keen on taking stuff than a person, because like pack horse is a particular thing as well, you know.
Type of horse, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but then I'll head out.
You are. Imagine while like everything's getting sorted, those who are heading off to Talia can do so. Did I have those notes? Write that down. Wrote down somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah. Yeah. So Talia has like a clinic that's kind of like part of the outpost kind of complex, and you're kind of like, you know, you meander through the outpost and you're able to find, you know, kind of a long rectangular room, and it's got like, you know, kind of like beds lined up and stuff like that, and it's maybe like a quarter full with folks that are on the bed and like occupying the beds, and there's a few goblin women kind of like discussing over themselves kind of like at the end of at one of these beds, and one kind of has like a clipboard and glasses with like little beads, kind of like a little beaded chain hanging in, and they definitely seem to be kind of like the one leading the conversation.
I will remember Era and Yanni reminding me earlier to be patient. And I will, like, Mira kind of stands to the side, but if they keep talking, Mira will like edge closer and closer and kind of like start making themselves, you know, visible. Mira's not small, but Mira's no Yanni. Like...
Yeah, that after a while, you know, out of their like the peripheral vision, they could kind of like see you get closer, closer, and the one with the glasses kind of like adjusts and looks up and, may I help you?
Yes, hello. I am looking for Talia Silverthorn. I read a notice on a board that there was something of an illness going around, and that Talia was the expert here, and I was just curious to learn a bit.
Kind of like does a quick like once over. It's like, you haven't touched. Do you have like the rash, or like have you touched?
No, absolutely not. Not as of yet. But I am a bit known to get a little grabby, and so I just you know, in preparation, for a little possible need of healing. I did want to come and inquire about what this looks like, what the problem has been so far, what the remedy has been. That simple inquiry.
She kind of like adjusts her glasses again and looks at her clip-on. It's like, well, I'm Talia. I lead the clinic here, and
Lovely to meet you.
and you're one of the festival winners, right? I saw you, I think, on the stage.
Mira beams. Like, Mira, like, didn't even win any of the medals, and Mira is like, is like, oh, yes, that's us, that's our party, you know, we're a rather skillful bunch, if I may say so. Very, very happy to be this year's winners, yes, and to partake in the wonderful culture and festivities of your town.
It was certainly exciting. Oh, I find it exciting every year. But yes, this rush kind of started happening a few months ago. Now, when the soldiers have been coming across shipments of weapons covered in this substance, and she'll kind of like motion you to kind of like walk with her, and she'll go to the end of the room. And there's like a lockbox, and she'll kind of like grab a key from her pocket and open it and lift the lid, and inside is a short sword. And it seems to be kind of like mixed into the metal, almost as if it was like, you know, made like that, is kind of like swirling through it is red kind of like substance, whether it be a mineral or a stone. And at various points, there's almost kind of like crystalline structures that are kind of like poking out from it at various points. And she's like, I've kept this one aside for tests and such. Don't touch. I don't recommend. The first couple times it might be okay, but I wouldn't chance it. Well, we don't really know too much so far, but we do know that it does kind of it does spread. It seems to be contagious in some form through touch. Though if you remove the item soon enough, it seems to clear up for the most part. Though we do have one gentleman where it's seems to have progressed. I don't know how long he was in possession of this short sword in particular. And her head kind of like nods to a bed that's at the back of the room, and there's kind of like a curtain that was separating from the rest. And there's a half-orc gentleman kind of just like sleeping. And you also notice similar kind of like red vein streaks kind of like going up his arms, and also little crystalline structures.
Like actually in his skin.
Yes.
Oof. Not nice. I'll make sure to be far enough away from that, like turn away to address her and not bother anyone here too loud, as people are obviously resting and healing. And just be like, is it known where these weapons are coming from? Were they It looks almost like, were they intentionally built this way?
I know that's one of the things the Watch is trying to find out. I think a shipment was taken to Bazozan for the academics to look at it. I sent that along with my notes, but yeah, other than it showing up recently, you know, shipments have been coming more frequent. We are finding it more often, but we don't know, you know, if these were made like this or if they come into contact with something. It's we don't find many new things here. A lot of, you know, the otherworldly things tend to have been, you know, here since the calamity, but this is definitely new.
Yes, and That's doesn't sound like the sort of new thing you want to discover. So they were simply stumbled upon. People started using them, and this unfortunately was discovered to be a side effect. And you've already sent them away to Bazazan to be further documented. And like quietly, this unfortunate fellow is the furthest progress that you have seen.
That we know of.
Did he exhibit any other? Is it simply the rash that then turns crystalline, or were there any behavioral changes, or did you have problems separating anyone from these weapons, or?
The gentleman definitely. We did notice some behavioral changes recently. So it does seem to extend that far. So we're just kind of trying to prevent anything further with anyone else. We don't know what to. He seems to be stabilized a little, but that's all we know right now.
All right, and. That seems you've done certainly your due diligence of sending it off to get studied, and you've done your own tests as far as you can. Is there anything you need that we could provide? Might I take a closer look? I'm not the most skillful, but I have had to learn how to do a little bit of medicine in my years.
Yeah, you can take a look.
I'm looking at my stat sheet now and forgetting that I have negative intelligence.
I believe in you. You can do it. You also have 4 hero points. Don't forget.
I do have 4 hero points. It's true. It's true. I'm trying to see on our sheet, on our handy dandy. Boop, 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 boop. Hero points. Oh, there's if I I don't know if this is like, I don't know if this is like a 2 hero point situation. I will hold on to a possible reroll. Let me roll. Let me see what I see with my Triton eyes. Would this be a medicine roll, or would it be?
Yeah.
Survival.
I would do survival.
Okay. That's fail. Well, that's a 14. Not pretty, that for Mira, that's like pretty good.
Yeah, you've never seen this before.
Makes sense.
And it's definitely hard to figure out if was added to, or it looks like it was made with it.
Yeah.
But the way that it kind of like is entwined, and the way it kind of like mimics, the individual, you don't know if that also happened with the sword too, right? So it's hard to make out with, not even knowing what this is.
Sorry, you said it's hard to make out, and I was like, not for Mira, but anyways. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's all like really interesting. And I think like Mira looks closely and is intrigued, but like you said, it's just kind of just ends up with those more questions where it's like, is this built in? Is this intentional? Is it unintentional? Is it a side effect? And is thinking about the fact that Talia did say that they're more used to like ancient curses here, or leftovers from the calamity and stuff like that. So this is interesting in that it's like slightly different from that. So like, it's like, wow, I am really appreciative of all the work you have done. I appreciate you sharing this information with me. I will do my best to relay what is necessary to keep people safe. We are about to head out to Bazozan, so if if I find anything further, I will have this base of knowledge because of you. So thank you.
Yes, if you are if you are working with the watch, if you do come across any of these crates with more of these, containment is the best thing that we can do. You want to get them to Bazozan if you find any along the road.
I will absolutely keep both eyes peeled. And are there any? This is out of character. Are there any like visible distinctions on the crate? Like, is there anything like very clearly like a stamp or a logo or like a it's a rare kind of wood or like something that is like significant?
I don't remember if they've got...
Noticed before how I didn't offer to roll investigation, as that is intelligence, and I have a negative modifier.
Yeah, Talia would probably know while I'm searching for something else. We do know that the crates are made from the wood of a tree that's in the jungles of Marquette. That we but there's a lot of shipping through there, so it's not completely unseen here, but I guess
it
it's
rules
worth
out
note.
something, so that's yes, for sure. Certainly. Thank you.
Then for any markings. I remember. I'm gonna say there is something. While I'm. I imagine there would be, but it wouldn't be something that you've seen before.
Okay, that makes sense.
That,
but if
or,
it's
like,
something
Talia
that
would
I
be
can
like,
still
yeah.
like, is it still something I can like make note of or like rough sketch or like something like that too?
Yeah, Talia.
Once again, I know I say this a lot. I'm no Yanni with my amazing art skills or anything like that, but I'm gonna do my best to draw.
Yeah, Talia would have like a one of the found crates, so you'd be able to kind of see what one looked like. I find them.
I'm no Yanni, but it's gonna be my new catchphrase. We can all dream.
Yeah, and she's like, "Is there anything else that you would like to know?"
That's everything that I'm aware of. So yeah, if it, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your help. I have made note of this, and it may very well help to keep us safe. So, thank you, and I want to head back to the others to relay everything that I have learned.
Yeah, I imagine as the scene kind of fades, we'll stop here for our first break. We'll be right back. Bye.